Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the bars, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run,
let's go,
and that's your ass, boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is, baby. It's your host, your boy, Filthy Rich, of the Underground Sports Show, baby. Call in live all the time, you know what I'm saying? 412-407-2744. Yes, sir. Talk your sports, talk your shit. You know how we get down here on the Underground, baby. Sports Week in Review, Sunday night, as we always do, man. Call in anytime you want, man. We talking anything you want to talk. It's all good, baby. It's all good, man. We got the Knicks in the house tonight, man. Knicks is the champs, finally, after 53 years. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about. Of course, we gonna get into a Steeler focus, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting too deep into OTAs, but there's a couple things I want to talk about the Steelers and see how y'all feel about that. You know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of other stuff around the NFL, some gambling, ugly stuff we want to see, and UFC 250, man. Hey, man, I got to give a thumbs down to that, but I'll tell you why later, you know what I'm saying? Also, we can't forget about the Stanley Cup Finals going on right now. Carolina Hurricanes already up 1-0, man. So, yeah, let's go, man. It's time. It's time. Right here on the Underground, man. Let's get it. Yeah. It's the Underground. Yeah. Ow. I appreciate you coming out tonight, man. If you up in here, man, hit me up in the chat. Let me know you in the house, man. Anytime you want to interrupt the show, call the show, man. 412-407-2744. Be ready to talk your sports, talk your shit anytime, man. Anytime you like. All right, it's your boy, Filthy Rich, man. And I appreciate y'all coming out, man. I appreciate y'all if y'all hit the like button. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. If you hit the bell, that'll give you a notification every time I go live so you can get in with the show, man, and, you know, do your thing, man. Can't wait for football season, I tell you that, but we got a lot going on right now, so let's not get into that too fast, man. The first thing I do want to get into, man, let me slow it down a little bit, man. We got to pay our respects, man. I want to give a special shout out and a RIP out to Aldon Smith, man. Aldon Smith, former San Francisco linebacker, number 99. Here, I gotta, if you don't remember Aldon Smith, here's Aldon Smith here, man. He was very young, with a very great prospect when he was a young player in the NFL. Died at 36 years old. You see it right there, man. When he was a rookie, he had a great rookie season. He had a great first two seasons for the San Francisco 49ers. Helped them prevail to playoff games. I think he played in that Super Bowl that San Francisco was in. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Aldon Smith was a really, really good pass rusher. Passed away at 36 years old. Let's dig a little bit into some of the things that Aldon Smith was going through. Really just wasn't feeling good about himself as a young man, I really want to call it, 36. Tell you what, man, life expectancy for African-American man in America is 70 years old. So if you know math, 35 and 35, that's 70. So you could easily be going through a midlife crisis at 35 years old. Even though a lot of us old dudes will say, "Man, 35 is young." That's halfway, man, for a lot of people. I know a lot of guys that didn't even make it to 70, man. Didn't make it to 60. So, you could definitely be going through some stuff by the time you hit 35. But let's just look at a story here from a friend of Olden Smith's, man. Olden Smith's friend reveals final hours of life involved delivering pizza to homeless charity, all right? So here, one of his friends, Shaziri, man. Olden Smith reveals final hours. San Francisco 49ers were devastated to learn Olden Smith passed away at 36. One of Smith's friends spoke about the final day of his friend's life in a recent interview. Smith's friend Amir Shaziri revealed that his final day was spent delivering pizza to a homeless charity, according to Florio Pro Football Talk. Both Smith and Shaziri returned to Shaziri's house after making the delivery. Shaziri stepped inside for a moment, and he found Smith slumped over in his truck when he returned. He does not know Smith's cause of death, but believes it was from natural causes. He was perfectly fine an hour before, Shaziri said. Several people who knew Smith well praised Smith as an excellent person who cared about others. He was very sweet, caring, loving giant. Shaziri added that if you really knew him, you know who he truly is. All right, I believe the Shaziri kid was another linebacker. He played for San Francisco for a while. Also, a lot of people know him for playing in Houston on that good defense, man. Linebacker used to run around a lot, hit people pretty hard, man. Known for actually a lot of penalties. But yeah, Olden Smith, man, gone too early, man. And like I said, man, 35, you could be going through a lot at 35 years old, man. Like I said, that's midlife crisis stage, man. I mean, to talk about myself a little bit, at 34 years old, I was blessed, man. I was blessed at 34 years old, was challenging myself in my mindset. I happened to get some blessings from the Lord, man. I had a baby at 34 years old, my first child. I got the job that I obtained right now the same year. And also bought a house the same year. So those things really turned my life around and made me feel good about myself. And not that I was the worst guy in the world, you know what I mean, or nothing like that. People from the outside looking in probably thought I was doing great. But to my interior expectations from what I was supposed to be doing for myself, I wasn't really feeling it at all like that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, a guy, you think, he's living a dream. He made it to the NFL. He's having a great time. He's playing well. But, demons still chasing him from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? And it's the craziest thing, man. And let's go to a little film here on Olden Smith. And just to let you know a little bit, this is not too long ago here from Olden Smith. Words straight from him. And it just goes into how he was feeling a little bit.
Started out life. Grow up, get a chance to play pro ball. And then as I'm growing as a man, I'm starting to confront some things that I'm struggling with. And I didn't know what those things were. You're unhappy, you don't. Well, I knew I didn't feel I didn't feel like I was being treated. And so by that, people were, looked up to me and then they saw me as this superstar. And I had low self-esteem. I had anxiety, and my sense of self was very, very negative. So I filled those gaps, and I did everything I could to live into that persona, and substance, other addictions, and wasn't being true to who I was.
You see?
All right, I'm gonna stop it there. It keeps going on for about 4 minutes. There's a couple testimonies and stuff by him, but you just see what I'm saying there, man. You see what I'm saying about how, you could be at the pinnacle of life from the outside looking in, but on the inside of your heart, things just, you're not living up to your standards or for whatever, and it can lead to other things. They still haven't said a cause of death or anything, so I don't want to assume anything, but you heard it out of his mouth. He dealt with some substance abuse and addiction and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. Once again, I just want to shout out and give a RIP out to Olden Smith. You know, bless you, brother. All right. So let's move on here, man. You see what I'm saying at the bottom of the screen, man? The aliens attacked the New York Knicks, or the New York human beings, man, because everybody was involved in this one, but got annihilated, man, just like the movies, man, just like the movies. You know, when the aliens attacking the movies, even though you know what the end of the movie is going to be, it just always feels like the aliens should win, right? And that's what it was. The Spurs brought this big alien into this series, and everybody thought that Western Conference Championship was the championship, right? Nobody gave the Knicks a chance in hell to beat the greatest player in the world right now, right? He was supposed to be the face of the NBA in the next 2 weeks, or the prior 2 weeks. He was supposed to gain his status as the best player in the world and also the face of the NBA. And I don't know if he did that. It's hard to do that, getting swept in the championship. Well, really, not swept. We'll get to the reason why they didn't sweep him, but it was a gentleman's sweep, right? If Donald Trump went and jinxed him and came to the game, it probably would have been a sweep. So I said it. The aliens did not escape New York, man. The San Antonio Spurs could not handle the pressure of 53 years of the Knicks not winning a championship. You see how the fans were acting, man. Now, you can call it ruthless, you can call it out of hand, whatever, but there was definitely passion behind all of that ignorance. There was passion behind all of that ignorance. Two things can be true. It can be ignorant, but it still was passionate. And you can't tell me that fans don't help teams win. They do. And that's why I'm going to get on y'all Steeler fans later, because we need some help from us this year. Because you see with the New York Knicks fans, they wasn't having it, bruh. They was getting in the Spurs' head no matter what. We was throwing eggs at you. We was ripping your jerseys off. We was beating you down in the streets. Don't come to New York with that alien shit. It's over. The movie, we will win this movie, right? So yes, man. Hey, I'm happy for the Knicks. Even I thought that the Spurs was going to take out the Knicks, but I did know the remedy to beat the Spurs, and the Knicks executed it very well. The only time they got in trouble was when their big men got in trouble, in foul trouble. And in a way, the Knicks did it was crazy, man. The Knicks almost went undefeated after the Atlanta series, right? They almost went undefeated after that. And that's crazy right there. I mean, they just ripped the playoffs apart. And then you put the face of the league in front of them, and they never batted an eye. They went to San Antonio, took them out first game, then beat them in game 2. And then the funny part is they were down every game, just like the Alien movies, right? They were down every game, just like the beginning of the Alien movie. It looks like the world don't got a chance, bruh. And that's the greatest thing about an Alien movie. That's why we keep going to go watch them and watch them and watch them again. They make it feel like they ain't got a chance in hell, but somehow you come out on top. But the New York, don't attack New York aliens. And somebody warned the aliens, if you're going to attack, don't attack New York at all. Because the New York Knicks didn't give the aliens a goddamn chance. A gentleman's sweep by the New York Knicks, man. A gentleman's sweep. 14-1 in the last 15 games is crazy. Crazy. With a leader that's like 6'2", who was also the MVP of the game, which I'm very happy about. Not the game, but the series. MVP of the championship, right? Jalen Brunson, 45 points in the last game. He stepped this game up, and nobody can forget. I'm going to mess his name up, but I'll just say OG, baby, with the big tip-in That's going to be on the billboard forever in New York with his hand up, tipping that ball in. That is just epic. There's no other word to put for that. You will see that image in sports forever, on billboards in New York forever. So yeah, man, I mean, had to go through that. Shout out to the Knicks for saving the world, man. Beating the aliens, man. Don't mess with New York. Man, it is dangerous out there, right? Steel City Luke in the house. What's up, baby? What's going on, man? Y'all, anybody else in the chat, tell me what's up, man? How you feel about the Knicks annihilating the aliens for us, man? Saving the earth, man. What a saving, not saving sports, but it was a great story, right? This was a great story, man. This is something everybody wanted to see. Now I understand. I never really they always say sports is better with this team, or when this team is good, but this is just good for sports, right? All around, not even just basketball. This was good for sports. This was must-see TV. It didn't matter who the Knicks played in the NBA Finals, right? It just happened to be the best player in the world, which, I mean, the NBA could not lose, and the NBA been losing for a while. We all know that. But the NBA, they got a better, the Super Bowl was horrible this year. It was pink. It was the Patriots. It was the Seahawks, who can't come up with their own ring, but we'll talk about that later. Steel City Luke in the chat says Mike Brown still not getting enough credit. No, man, but he got his own credit last night. You heard him ripping and ranting, man. He took that mic and he said what he wanted to say last night. I was feeling that, man. Mike Brown gets big credit for me, though, Steel City Luke, and I see you feel the same way. But yeah, Mike Brown, man, he was a happy camper last night, for sure, man. But he's going down in history, too. There's no way you can take him out of there. And still, Luke also says, I said that Wemby and the Spurs was too young. Wemby on some bullshit with dirty plays. Yeah, man. And did you see the last dirty play Wemby did, man? And this goes back. We'll talk about some betting later and stuff like that. But I just think there was some, they're worried about gambling right now, man. Inside sports is getting ugly. And you had to see when Wemby committed the foul that wasn't called on Jalen Brunson, man. Almost took Jalen Brunson out of the game with an ankle when he put his foot down, knowing damn well he was going to step on your ankle. The way he did it was crazy work, man. I should have brought that up, but it just really popped up in my head. I remember that. I seen it last night, too. That was dirty, man. Dirty. The last play where he tried to take out OG's knee with the kick, I officially was like, he's dirty when I seen that. But then he did that again. But they say the overseas dudes, they're dirty. That's what they do. They play rough, they're dirty, and he fucking proved it for everybody, man. He proved it for everybody. And it's kind of hard to be the face of the league if you're a dirty player. Steel City Luke says, you mean when he tried to break Brunson's ankle? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Crazy work, right? And then the worst part about it is the ref did not call it. You know why? Because Wemby would have been suspended for the rest of the game. Or a whole game, right? It might have been the next game. And I think he would have been suspended. If they'd have called it a flagrant 2, he would have been suspended for the rest of the finals. And they wasn't having that shit. They must have told the ref before that, like, do not call a flagrant foul for the rest of the series against Wemby. Just don't do it. I believe those conversations are had. You ain't gonna tell me they ain't. Steel City Luke says, Joker, I think he said Joker dirty. Wemby following his dirty play. Yep. No doubt. Wemby's dirty as hell. He deserved every egg that cracked him in the head in New York. And he took it like a champ. He wasn't even mad. He knows he's dirty. So yeah, I appreciate y'all up in there, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Call into the show. Another thing you could do is also support the show with the Cash App, Underground 2525, man. And from the very beginning, man, all the support that goes to the show goes to the PlayStation 5 pot, man. We giving the PlayStation 5 away week 8 of the Steelers football season. and we'll get into the schedule later, so we'll see what game that is. And yeah, man, right now we got $50 in the pot. We had a couple of contributors, man, some very healthy contributors, man. I appreciate that, man. We really appreciate it. $50, you know what I'm saying? PlayStation 5, that ain't too far away. We'll get to it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, support the show. Underground 25, put it in your Cash App. $1, $2, $3, $5, $4, whatever, a pork chop, it don't matter, man. Just support the show, and that's what get you into the PlayStation 5 sweepstakes, man. All right, so you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to get you a PS5. You know what I'm saying? Week 8 of the football season, man. Help me get a couple more views. It is what it is. All right. Let's get that out of here, man. Leave that support the show up there for a minute. All right, moving on, man. All right, we got a quick versus coming up. We're going to stick with the Knicks real quick, man. You know, Trump and Stephen A. Smith got into it this weekend, man. So let's check and see whose IQ was, you know, smarter than the others. You know, they got into a little IQ battle, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, also we got UFC 250 going on right now, man. And, you know, we all know your boy Trump is just a jinx, man. He done jinx the goddamn Knicks, man. That's the only game they lost, you know. They try to blame it on Taylor Swift too, man. Taylor Swift fans wasn't having that. They took to the internet and tore a couple people up for trying to blame Taylor Swift, act like she wasn't no Knicks fan, but it was proven that she's been a long time Knicks fan. But back to Donald Trump and his UFC 250 and going on right now, and I just can't support that right now. You know, you got him and Stephen A. Smith getting into it. Let's listen up to see what Trump said to Stephen A. Smith a little earlier this week.
Mr. President, ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith, who was talking about running for president, said he would blame you if the Knicks lost the game. How do you respond to that?
I think he's a nice guy. But you need a certain aptitude to run for president. You need a high IQ. I'm not sure that Stephen has that. I don't think he does, actually.
Mr. President, ESPN commentator Stephen A.
All right, so that's Trump saying Stephen A. Smith don't got a high enough AQ to run for government. I don't know if y'all down if with Stephen A. Smith enough to know that he's been talking about running for president a little bit. He talks a little bit about everything, you know. He's a confident guy. I think he do everything. But let's see what Stephen A. Smith has to say about Donald Trump.
You want to talk about IQ? I could say I'd put my IQ up against yours any day of the week. I could go one better. I could ask you why you've been running for me the last year since I wanted to talk to you. I could ask you to debate me since you think you that dude, okay? We can go a myriad of ways with all of this, but I'm not going to let you off the hook because none of that is important. I do appreciate the fact that you called me a nice guy because don't tell anybody. But I actually am a very nice guy. Until you tug at me a little bit. And then after that, I got to show my other side. And my other side came out last night when I recognized that businesses that are accustomed to being patronized were compromised by you because you showed up. The crowd that surrounded the Madison Square Garden and its surrounding areas, you compromised. I thought you were about the economy. I thought you were about helping New Yorkers because you love New York. I thought you were about making money for people. What happened to the parking garages? How much money did they make? What happened to the local restaurants in the immediate vicinity of Madison Square Garden? How much money did they make? We know you've made a lot of money. We know you keep making money. But have the New York Knicks benefited? The answer to that would happen to be no. This is a sports show, so I won't go any further than that other than to say Brunson played better when you weren't there. Mikal Bridges played better when you weren't there, Josh. Karl Anthony Towns played better when you weren't there. Landry Shamet played better when you weren't there. The crowd was festive, hyped, and more intimidating when you weren't there. Businesses were thriving before you showed up. Parking garages were being fed before you showed up. There was noise reverberating off the walls of Madison Square Garden before you showed up. And this is what you've done. I thought you were a New Yorker, Mr. President.
So yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith, man. Hey, I don't fuck with Stephen A. Smith. Ain't no debate. You know what I'm saying? He said he been calling out Trump. Trump don't want to talk to him, scared to talk to him, and I believe it, yo. I believe it. You don't want no one-on-one with Stephen A. Smith. Not Trump. I don't think he's smart enough for that, and he's a little too old for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get down. Now, Stephen A. Smith, I ain't worried about you. I get you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Trump, yeah, bro, you got Trump in his verses to me. You know what I'm saying? And one thing other about Stephen A. Smith, you know what I'm saying? He actually helped this team, right? He actually helped this team instead of being a jinx. The only game the Knicks lost is when Trump showed the fuck up. And everybody else lost, like Stephen A. Smith noted, right? But let's get into a little video here about Stephen A. Smith, about how he helped his team and motivated his team. And this is just going to kill the Trump versus Stephen A. Smith debate right here. You know what I'm saying? Because he actually helped his team when it was time for his team, all right? But it was in the past, man. So let's go. I'm going to let the film ride, and you're going to hear about it. Before that, I get to the chat, though. Still City Luke says Stephen A. sellout, still came out weak, should have come way harder. He should have came way harder, but hey, man, look, watch how he come hard right here with the Knicks rant, man. I did love this Knicks rant right here.
Knicks possession went awry. Could not get a shot off, and the Hawks win. Here's Brunson and Mike Brown postgame.
Jalen, obviously a tough loss. Can you?
First, we're going to listen to Jalen Brunson and Mike Brown, because I think these are some important things they say right here. This is back when they was down 1-2 versus the Hawks.
Walk us through what you, I guess, saw in the last two possessions there down the stretch.
Wish I had a better answer for you. I got nothing right now.
The reality of it is, and I told them this, it's a 7-game series for a reason. You know, stuff's going to happen. There are plenty of teams have been down 1-2. You know, shit, I even think Oklahoma City was down 1-2 last year, and they end up winning it. So I'm not saying we're going to win it or anything like that, but the reality of it is, it's 7 games, and you take one game at a time. Each game is its own entity, and that's what I told the group.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app. Not Brunson.
All right, my bad about the commercial, y'all. But yeah, hey, you see those words by Mike Brown? Great words by Mike Brown. I like that. You know, it is a game at a time. And guess what they did? They took a game at a time, and they game after game. They reacted to Mike Brown after that. That sounds like just the cookie cutter thing to say, but he must have preached it to them the correct way, applied it the correct way. And that's the key to it. Not just talking about it, applying it. And Mike Brown has always been a good coach, man. Always been a good coach. Couldn't get over the hump back in the day with the Cavaliers. Had Sacramento playing pretty well. And even though he had De'Aaron Fox on that team, who screwed up this championship for the Spurs, he had him playing well. So let's get back to Stephen A. Smith and how he helped his team, though.
Saying, I wish I had an answer for you on that last play. Chiney Ogwumike now joins us here from Los Angeles. Stephen A., I'll start with you. As a reminder, Mikal Bridges played 21 minutes. He had 0 points. Who is at fault for New York's loss last night?
First of all, Shay, with all due respect, I know you're wonderful doing your job. I don't need you to remind me of that. Leave that to me, please. Leave that to me. Don't tell the audience that Mikal Bridges was scoreless. Leave that kind of nugget of information for me. Janae, love you dearly. You know I love seeing you this morning. Move out the way. Let me tell y'all something right now. Change is coming to New York City. It's going to be another head coach in New York City if they lose this series. Several players are going to be gone from New York City. Y'all lose the game. Y'all go ahead and lose this game. Y'all go ahead and lose this series, New York Knicks. You're just a bunch of sorry asses right now. I'm so sick of what I'm seeing right now, and I'm losing my damn mind. There have been 6 games against the Atlanta Hawks this year. 4 have come down to 1 possession. They got all the confidence in the world. Fourth quarter, the last 2 games, they shooting damn near 60% from the field. New York Knicks in the 30s. How'd that happen? Didn't happen when Tom Thibodeau was the head coach. That's right, Mike Brown, I'm saying something. Because I love Mike Brown, but I'm very, very unhappy right now. The New York Knicks are stinking up the joint. Mikal Bridges, Leon Rose, the honeymoon's over, dog. The honeymoon's over. Enough of all of this basketball purgatory before you arrive.
You were doing well, and then you messed up. And why'd you mess up? Because Jalen Brunson gave you a good thing because he signed a contract a year before that he had to, saving you about $114 million so you could go out and get his boy from Villanova with Mikal Bridges, which we don't mind because he's an Iron Man, because he's reliable, because he's elite defensively, and he's going to show up night in and night out and give you effort. What we didn't expect you to do was give up 5-year first-round picks for him, 4 unprotected. And then a game like this against the Atlanta Hawks, not the Boston Celtics, not the Cleveland Cavaliers, not the Detroit Pistons, not the Oklahoma City Thunder, not the Los Angeles Lakers, not the Denver Nuggets.
All right, so that's enough Stephen A. Smith right there. But he did call out his team, though, right? Did he not? Did he not call out his team? He definitely did call out a little bit of everybody in the building, man. And maybe he shook them up a little bit. Like I told y'all earlier, the fans do matter. When it's time to shake them up, it's time to shake them up. When it's time to hold them up, it's time to hold up. We need to know the difference. And Stephen A. Smith seemed to know the difference here, man. And I'm not even the biggest Stephen A. Smith fan in the world at all, but I call a spade a spade. I feel like he motivated his team, and they stepped it up ever since. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. At least when it comes to the jinx. You know what I mean? He wasn't a jinx. So when it comes to this Trump thing, man, and who's the jinx, Trump versus Stephen A. Smith, it's looking bad for Trump. And Trump's still looking bad. UFC 250 going on right now. I'm not watching that. The whole country's in a war, and you, on your birthday, you celebrating your birthday? And still stealing money from Americans. You do know the Stanley Cup Finals is tonight. You do know that. Just like Stephen A. Smith said, you want people to view your show on a whole nother channel, then the American sport is always already trying to make money at the same time. They both came on at 8 o'clock. They both came on at 8 o'clock. So that makes no sense to me. But just to preview on the Carolina game, Carolina is still up 1-0. They scored a goal very early. Still the first period, and I'll be getting to that after the show here, man. But y'all hit me up in the chat, let me know. But like I said, man, you got Trump with UFC 250 stealing money for the Stanley Cup. And at the same time, your country is at war. You got men fighting out here. You don't understand that? You got people complaining about the gas price because of that. So go get your team together, Trump. That's what you need to do. Instead of worrying about being at a Knicks game, celebrating your birthday while the country's at war. That's crazy work. You're definitely losing his versus to Stephen A. Smith right now. Sometimes you can't say shit, but you know he don't know how to do that, man. He don't know how to do that. But all right, I just call a spade, baby. Let's move on to something I want y'all to see, man. The Seahawks, man. Super Bowl rings. Let's move on to that real quick before we get into our Steeler focus. Did y'all peep the rings out, man? Let me see. I know I got a picture of it somewhere. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Did the Seahawks copy the Eagles rings, man? Now, last year, the Eagles came out with the fly ring, and one of the flyest rings ever. They had the wings popping out. It was like cool, but then the Seahawks come out pretty much the same logo in the front. They just subbed out the Seahawk. And then you can also push a button for the, not wings to pop out, but they almost look like wings, but really it's supposed to be the stadium, which I think the ring is still cool. But did they bite the Eagles ring? They definitely did. They definitely did. Now, if this is the new thing and the trend continues, then, and you got 10 rings where you're pushing a button and something's popping out, then okay. I mean, maybe we won't say they're biting 10 years from now, but right now, you just copied the ring. Now, I shouldn't doubt this. It would make sense if teams were involved with the ring making, but the way it looks is like whoever's making these rings too, did you just copy and paste last year's front of the ring? Or they got 2 champions, put the 2 champions up there, put their logo there. You couldn't come up with nothing? No different type of spacing or nothing? You just made the same ring with different. It just transformed a little different, right? But is that not the truth? Because let's go to a video to see what this ring does a little more of that makes it very unique, though. It still might be a little biting, but it gets a little unique here.
The Seahawks made the smartest Super Bowl ring because usually rings are too big for players to wear normally, but now we'll be seeing players wear them much more often since these ones can be used as a pendant on a necklace instead. The Seahawks made the smartest Super Bowl ring because usually rings are too big for players to wear normally, but now we'll be seeing players wear them much more often since these ones can be used as a
Yeah, now you can take the front off and put it around your neck, which is pretty cool because Super Bowl rings do be stupid big, man. And it just looks goofy to wear, for real, for real. It's really a trophy that you sit at home and you wear it to events where everybody got it on, and that's about it, man. Or you're going somewhere where you know you're going to be taking pictures or something like that, you know. So, yeah, that does make it a little different. So, you know, my argument is that they copied it. I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? Is this a copycat? Should whoever made these rings be fired and they find somebody else to make the rings? Because, you know, I'd be pretty mad if my ring looked like they ring from last year. I would, you know. But Super Bowl ring's a Super Bowl ring. I guess you're taking it no matter what, man. I guess, you know, birds of a feather flock together, right? That's what they say. So, hey, made y'all the same ring. I don't care, man. I don't do Philly. And, you know, I got a little love for the Seahawks, man. You know, they was always underdogs to me. You know, Russell Wilson, stand-up guy. You know what I mean? It was hard not to root for, you know, guys like Richard Sherman. You know, you can probably keep the rest of them. No, my boy, what's the linebacker? Bobby Wagner. You know what I mean? You got to love guys like that. So I got a little love for the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? A little love. They used to get beat up bad back when, you know, growing up, just like my Steelers did. And we played the Seahawks, we'd be like, yeah, we can get a win against the Seahawks. So ain't no hating. But I hate the San Francisco 49ers, the Cowboys. They ain't fucking with nothing from Philly. You know, the good teams in the 80s, man, I just didn't like too much, you know, for real. Especially in the NFC. The Seahawks was trash. All right. Let's jump into our Steeler focus, man. I mean, first thing I want to get to here with the Steelers is just a little bit and see what the schedule's looking like. Let's pop up this Steelers 2026 schedule. I really haven't got into this too much here. Also, want to know, man, is the Steelers contenders this year or pretenders, man? Because a lot of people talking trash, you know what I'm saying? Not liking these moves. Don't think the Steelers is really stepping up what they need to do. Of course, everybody hated the Rodgers thing. Then we hated the Drew Aller thing. Then we didn't like the draft. Then people don't like McCarthy hiring. But, you know, so, you know, a lot of negativity swirling around in Pittsburgh. Most people think we're going to be worse than we were last year. I think this is a better roster, though, right? Anybody want to agree that this is a better roster? Some people might look at it like T.J. Watt's just going to get older. You know, Aaron Rodgers is just going to get older. But in some other positions, I think we got a chance to get better. Pat Fryermuth's still around. I really like that. DK Metcalf, we got to focus, right? People's liking Pittman, but don't think it's enough. Jeremy Bernard, drafted. Is that enough, Pittsburgh, to move this offense? Because that offense got stale last year, did it not? It was a decent team, though, last year, right? Though you have to admit that the Pittsburgh Steelers were a decent team last year. I mean, we won the division. There's no bad teams that win divisions. Okay, you can say our division was just that bad, whatever. But we handled our business and our record wasn't that ugly. But can we do it again is the question. Can we do it again with the same old? And that's what people are mad about, right? I'm one of them Steeler fans, though, that I'm gonna find a way to will my Steelers into a championship. We just seen the Knicks. The Knicks wasn't the best team in the world, right? They don't got the best player in the world on their team. They don't got a super roster, do they? You have to admit that the Knicks willed their way to a championship, and it was glorious. Jalen Brunson's a beast, though, man. Definitely that, though. Still City Luke says, better roster, but worse record this year. And Rodgers and Watt will be older and more washed. And they are big-time players on this team, man. When it comes to Aaron Rodgers, you're the guy, man. You're the captain, which I think he'll be good at again. But you're also the quarterback, man. And, you know, old quarterbacks, do they win, y'all? It happens. John Elway made it happen. Tom Brady made it happen. Who else was old, man? Joe Montana was pretty good when he was old. He's kind of fizzling out like Joe Montana, right? Of course, he don't have the history of the Joe Montana, but he's a Hall of Fame quarterback like Joe Montana. And, you know, he tried what the Chiefs Joe Montana did, but it kind of looked like what the Steelers are going through, right? That's what it looked like. But I think we all can see the plan. Even though this ain't the plan we wanted, we can all see the plan and what it is, right? Keep the young boys on the back burner. Let Aaron do his thing again. Keep us relevant. And see if we can get lucky, man. So to get lucky, we going to need not a jinx like Trump and Stephen A. Smith's fighting about. We going to need a pick-me-up. We going to need a good luck charm, man. So it's going to take us to help him out like Stephen A. Smith helped his team out, man. Now, how we going to do it? We got to scream at him. We got to tell him what to do like Stephen A. Smith did. That usually works. That helps. That helps. I wouldn't boo Renegade or nothing like that like y'all did in critical times. That was horrible. That was dumb. But yeah, we've been very negative lately, and this is a throwaway season. If you're a Steeler fan, you might as well just be positive, man. Just let's go, right? Let's go. So anyway, taking a look at the schedule here. Let's see. We got typical to Steelers schedule. We usually they start us out slow, man. I don't know if this happens, you know, organically, or they kind of do the Steelers like this on purpose. They like to give us a stretch at the end that's like, damn. And you know, if you think about TV and betting and all that stuff like we've been talking about involved in sports now, you know, they want the end of the year and they want that winter time where you're sitting at home on your couch to look good and be ready to go and have you excited and have you buying tickets all ready to go to this game, right? Even though it's going to be freezing cold outside, hey, man, we need to make money anyway. The better the game is, the more of a chance we got to sell it, right? Plus, people are going to be on the couch. Let's get all the attention we can get. So maybe that is why they be setting the Steelers schedule up like that. But, hey, what do I know, right? But I tell you what, we got the Falcons first. We better set it off, right? Because we got the easy part of the schedule up front. And Mike Tomlin used to be great at starting out seasons, right? Getting off to a good record because we're going to need it. And, you know, when you get out of stretch, it's going to be some tougher teams, it looks like. So Falcons first, man. They got Tua. We just tore Tua up. Got a feeling Tua might get a chance to start here. You know, the way the coach is talking about him, Stefanski, even if, you know, Tua starting is the dumb thing to do, we know Stefanski's pretty dumb, right? He does dumb shit. We seen it last year. So, yeah, the Falcons, we should be able to beat the Falcons, so let's get off to that. The Patriots, man, the team we beat last year, we had to get 5 turnovers to beat them last year. So it was a little dangerous. We'll get to see A.J. Brown a little early, so that's excited. Don't really know if that's home or away. They don't give me that on this schedule up here, but let me check. That should be a home game. We just went up there last year. Nope, at New England. Taking us right back for a revenge game. But we play well up there as long as Tom Brady ain't in the house, so we should be good, right? Cincinnati, first big divisional challenge right up early in the season. I like this. We'll get to see Joe Burrow again. I love the way T.J. Watt and Joe Burrow got that rivalry. T.J. Watt always steps his game up. So I bet you we see it again. So moving on to week 4, the Browns, man, hey, you know, we got to win this game. They don't really have a quarterback. And let's be the ones that take out Deshaun Watson and make the Browns decide to go with Shedeur Sanders. That'll be fun, right? So let's see that. on Thursday Night Football. But we haven't beat the Browns in prime time in a minute, man. So that could get ugly, man, right there. Let's think about that. The Colts, last year, we ruined the Colts season. So we not worried about the Colts. We got a little snitch too. What's the wide receiver's name? We got us a little snitch there, Pittman, Michael Pittman. So he's going to know the other offense. So we should perform even better against the Colts this year. All right, Buccaneers, we get to see Gainwell with his new check down there. And they've been talking Baker Mayfield coming to the Steelers after Aaron Rodgers plays his last season. So who knows about that, man? Who knows if what's going to happen with that? But that'll be interesting that we get to play the Buccaneers there. Saints going to Paris. We going to France. Maybe we can bring an egg with us and we can hit Wemby in the head real quick while he's on vacation. And yeah, let's beat up the Saints, man. The Saints should be pretty good this year, though. A little dangerous game right there, right? Overseas, adjustment to make. We'll see. Then we finally get to the Ravens in week 8. I don't know why they got Browns up there, but yeah, they got Browns up there. I don't know. I'm about to be confused on this thing. But anyway, let's just go. Don't even worry about it. Another divisional game. It is what it is, right? So then you got bye week coming up, okay? Bye week in week 9, and right there in the middle of the season, yeah, it's the Cleveland Browns, y'all. Then the bye week in week 9, all right? So yeah, we're going to need it to get warmed up for Cincinnati, which we played well against, man. You know, I want to know if the Cincinnati Bengals are falling apart or not, though, man. Last year they fell apart. Joe Burrow gets hurt all the time. Everybody's worried about Aaron Rodgers get hurt, but your boy Joe Burrow get hurt every year, and he's young. So let's not worry about Aaron Rodgers getting hurt all the time, man. That really ain't what it's about. After that, this is where it get tough, right? You got the Eagles. I was trying to figure out the Eagles is in Philly. You know what I'm saying? And then the Denver Broncos come to town on Black Friday. You know you're going to put us on prime time. What's this, the second, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth primetime games this year. Steelers got. Well, you'll be watching the Steelers all by themselves six times. And you ain't going to tell me, you're going to tell me the Steelers is crazy for bringing Aaron Rodgers back? This is what this is about. This is about money this year, man. Well, they know they don't got the best team in the world. They know they got a brand new coach. But we're going to get that money because we're a small market team, and we need that money. So then against the Texans, man, we get back against the Texans. That was a good game into the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? In that playoff. So we'll see what we could do this year. Hopefully we can step our game up on offense, and that'll be the difference against the Texans. We could beat them. Jaguars without their running back, Travis Etienne. I think they'll be a worse team for that, but we'll see. Ravens. Is it the Ravens again? Because we got the Ravens coming up after that, and then we going down to Carolina. Or they coming to us? Get Carolina up in Pittsburgh. Tennessee Titans, that's where we finally get a little break, but who knows what they'll be like by then. Can Cam Ward finally step up his career? If Cam Ward ain't good by then, man, it might be over for Cam Ward. He might be able to finish off his career real early and start talking real negative about Cam Ward. All right, and then last but not least, they always hit us up with the Ravens at the end of the day. Aaron Rodgers going to have to pull it off again. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But speaking on this schedule, let's go to a soundbite for Mark Madden. What do you work for? The radio station, right? That's what Mark Madden's working for right now. Let's see what he got to say on the Steelers roster. And actually, it's a little crossover between him and Ben Roethlisberger. But let's go real quick.
It's Ben Roethlisberger on his podcast talking about how he expects the Steelers to do this season.
12-5. McCarthy. I know sometimes you new offenses, new coaches, you struggle. I just think that Aaron's going to thrive more in this offense that he knows. I think he'll be able to bring the guys with him. I think the line will be a year better, knowing each other, playing together, adding some additions, some subtractions. I think the additions at skill positions will be huge.
12-5. Did I hear right? Did he really say 12-5? That would make them division champs. Are they the best team in that division? They have the third best quarterback in that division. They have an older team. Really, 12-5. I am a big McCarthy guy. I think he's going to make that offense a lot better. Ben's right about that. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get hurt at some point and miss significant action. He's 42. How could you not expect that? How could you not make that part of your prediction?
Because it didn't happen last year. That's what everybody said last year. So we're not worried about Aaron Rodgers not getting hurt no more. The other old quarterbacks didn't get hurt. John Elway didn't get hurt. Tom Brady didn't get hurt. Montana didn't get hurt. Warren Moon didn't get hurt when he played old. Randall Cunningham didn't get hurt when he was old. Just because you're 42, Brett Favre was out there taking big hits, kept getting up. Did it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. It hurt like a motherfucker. But I mean, yeah, he got banged up a little bit last year, but he didn't get Joe Burrow. He didn't get Lamar Jackson. They were hurt. They couldn't perform to their abilities. Even when they tried to play hurt. They wasn't good last year at all. Plus, Aaron Rodgers' stats was matching a lot of quarterbacks we call great. A lot of quarterbacks we're going to be picking early in fantasy football. Aaron Rodgers wound up getting right back to those stats, equaling out the stats if you're a stat guy. I don't have to be the stat guy. I could argue it either way. With the stats or without the stats. But all I'm saying is, you know, him thinking that we can't win the division just because Aaron Rodgers is a year older and banking it on getting hurt, that's all you got. Because if Aaron Rodgers don't get hurt, this is going to be a good team. But I don't know. Ben is kind of saying 12-5, though. We're only going to lose to 5 of these teams. He's believing in Mike McCarthy. That's what Ben said. And obviously you're going to have a little bit of defense. And I believe Ben believes what I believe. When I assume somebody says a team is going to be 12-5, you ain't going to have a bad defense. Even if it don't come out statistically, you're going to be good at something. You're at least going to have to be opportunistic. And the Steelers might be old on defense, but I believe they're talented. And they're young enough in a certain couple spots where I think will serve them justice. The D-line is getting young, right? Putting Yaya Black back at nose tackle. That means other people could play their positions a lot better. Keeping young players around like Nick Herbig, even though everybody's mad about that. You got to keep some youth around. They would have let him get out the door or play not happy. Then what? And I don't think they're trading Alex Highsmith. That's the rumor, right? Alex Highsmith going to San Francisco right now. That's the rumor. But I don't think the Steelers are thinking that at all. At all. I think the Steelers want a super team at outside linebacker. They want a heavy rotation, a heavy dose, a hell for the other team. And is TJ Watt the same? If you think he's not, then that's the reason to sign a third guy. You can say he's a bench player all you want, but he's going to play. They're going to find ways for him to play. The Rooney's is up to something. But I'll still give it. There's a good chance, man. If somebody hit the Steelers with a whopping for Alex Highsmith, it could happen. I'm not eliminating it totally, but I only give it a 20% chance. You would have to wow me if I was a Rooney to get Alex Smith out of there. The guy that shuts the run down on the front side. You need that this year. If you're really making this push with Aaron Rodgers, you cannot let Alex Highsmith out the door, Roonies. You can't do it. Just play. Now, is Alex Highsmith happy? You really don't got no leverage, you ask me. That's the problem for Alex Highsmith. It ain't really about being happy, bro. You might as well just get happy. Be comfortable with your situation. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's listen to something else by Mark Madden, and then we're going to react to that here. Let's go, Mark Madden here.
You know what I think we're going to realize this year? that Tomlin was an awful coach and an awful staff. I think the difference in seeing how the coaches operate already, and I think this is going to be a much more buttoned-up team. I think it's going to be so readily evident and right away.
And that's crazy work for Mark, man. And in OTAs, early preseason, you can already tell that this coaching staff is just so much better. And calling Mike Tomlin an awful coach, a guy that's going to the Hall of Fame, an awful coach, a guy that got a job immediately after, as he stepped off the field, immediately after. We know them phone calls was coming in a long time ago. It took him a few months to take the job. But you knew the phone calls was there already, right? An awful coach. We're going to learn right away. Let's listen to that again.
You know what I think we're going to realize this year? That Tomlin was an awful coach and an awful staff. I think the difference in seeing how the coaches operate already, and I think this is going to be a much more buttoned-up team. I think it's going to be so readily evident and right away.
And where do you get that from? And the man ain't coached one game. Good coach, though. I'm just saying, this current situation coming up, how can you say that? First of all, he got a better roster. He's going to have a better roster than Tomlin had last year, and Tomlin still exceeded. But it's killing me. Mark Madden, we all know, is the biggest yinzer in the world. The worst. And to make this prediction weeks into the season, bro, it's crazy work. Crazy work. Nothing wrong with a prediction, but to say Mike Tomlin's awful, this is going to make Tomlin look like an awful coach. Nah, keep that energy y'all had when Tomlin won the Super Bowl in his second year, and y'all wanted to say that was Bill Cowher's team, right? Y'all still saying that shit 20 years later. That was Cowher's team. The only reason he won that. Well, nah. If your man right here win, if he win the Super Bowl or he go to the playoffs, I don't care what he do. That's Tomlin's team, right? That's Tomlin's team. Even if they lose, they go 0-16, that's Tomlin's team. Should have left the motherfuckers with Tomlin. You're going to lose that battle to me no matter what. So, Mark, man, I can't believe you working for the X, 105.9. You really come out your mouth and call Mike Tomlin an awful coach off of what you seen in OTAs. Really? Buttoned up? They're going to be so buttoned up? Really? You already got dudes missing practice because of an illness, you know what I mean? And we know it's about money, so, you know, the turmoil goes on no matter who's the coach, bruh. And we all know Mike Tomlin know how to handle these young men. That was his number one attribute. So we shall see. There's only so many relationships that you can build in a year one anyway. It takes a while to build relationships with people, so only time will tell. One season definitely won't tell, and OTAs definitely don't tell you shit, Mark Madden. The hell are you talking about? Crazy work right there, man. But yeah, man. It's your boy Filthy Rich, man. We on here just freestyling real quick, man. Let's see what's up with the Stanley Cup Stanley Cup, though. But if you want more Steeler talk, man, call into the show. Let me know what's up with you. Hit me in the chat. And definitely hit the like button, man. Support the channel, shit, Underground 2525. And subscribe to all of my other platforms, too, man. On Facebook, Underground 25, Underground Sports 25 on Instagram. And Underground 2525 on TikTok. And you can catch me on Scoops, man. The Underground's definitely on Scoops, too. So, yeah, check me on Scoops, man. I've been getting a lot of love over on Scoops, though. So, I appreciate that. All right. Let's go to a little quick video, man. Let's get back to the NBA real quick. But, yeah, y'all call me if y'all want some more Steeler talk. Let me know what y'all think about this Steeler season coming up, man. Can we get out that division or what, man? The contenders or pretenders? All right. Did y'all see the little cheating Karl Anthony Towns did a little bit in the NBA championship? right here at the end of the game, man, to seal off this comeback the other night. I think this was from a 32-point comeback when they tried to get the last little shot in. But yeah, just check out the video.
Towns got these fans to get as close as possible to Harper. On the final inbounds play with the game on the line, Cat appeared to motion to the Knicks fans courtside to move in closer to Dylan Harper to give him little to no space, not once, but twice, before the play began. Cat of course would tip the pass to seal the game for New York. Towns got these fans to get a close...
Crazy work, bruh. I mean, is that cheating or is that trying? I'm going to call that trying. First of all,
close as possible to Harper. On the final inbounds play with the game on the line, Cat appeared to motion...
Here you go. The ref's right there. So, you know what I'm saying? I like the way Cat kind of played that up for real. You know what I'm saying? He know the ref ain't looking like, man, what's going on over here, bruh? You ain't cheating. You ain't trying. I'm doing this too. Yo, slide over. The fan with the suit on, he ain't picking it up. My man with the orange,
to the Knicks fans courtside to move in closer to Dylan Harper to give him little to no space, not once, but twice, before the play began. Cat of course would tip the pass to seal the game for New York.
So yeah. You see, Cat did his thing for his team, baby. We talk about the fans, man. The fans had to help out. That's been a thing for a long time, though, man. The fans being way too close in those NBA games, right? So, you know, it did help, man. He had to go over the top, and your boy got a piece of the ball. Cat got a piece of the ball, and that was it for the Knicks, man. That's the game that catapulted this whole thing, man. The big comeback. I can't believe the Knicks won a championship. That was crazy. I got something else to show y'all for the Knicks game. Did y'all see your boy, the Texas Juggernaut, man? That's the Texas Juggernaut. Now, there was a lot of little fights and all that, ripping off jerseys and all that, but my man right here wasn't playing that shit, bro. The Texas Juggernaut, man. If y'all ain't see this up in the mall or wherever it looked like a mall scene, man, dude wasn't with that shit, man. This is after the Spurs lost, too. He pissed off. Let's go, Texas Juggernaut. Giving it to him. Shit. Oh, don't rush this joint. Hey, yo. Oh, shit. Look at the crowd moving. It's crazy. Nobody wants to stay and fight, though. Nobody wants to stay and fight. Let's hit it back. That's crazy. My band's out the way. Oh, you snatching somebody up. You talking that shit? Slug like 4 people. Took the blows like it's nothing. Dragged him twice. This is the illest Juggernaut move right here, though. Shit, they can't even trip him, bruh. The Texas Juggernaut, don't fuck with him, yo. His jersey ain't got a pool on it. Hey, real shit, man. That had me weak right there. I couldn't forget about that one. Oh man, the Texas Juggernaut in the house, baby. He wasn't fucking with them Knicks fans, boy. They couldn't beat that alien, could they? All right. Let's get into our boy who's been making the news big time this year. Boy, Sorensby here with this betting and gambling stuff, man. Really messing up the gambling world. I don't know if this is going to change anything in the gambling world. One thing I will say about Sorensby, he's not the only one. We know that, right? We know this ain't the only one. You know, he's just the one that got caught, right? So somebody else is definitely doing that. It's very tempting. Betting is legal. It's in the palm of everybody's hand. You don't have to do the work and go to the casino. You used to have to go to a city to gamble. Then they turned it into, you know, legalizing it everywhere. Now every city's getting something to gamble with. Then they put it in the palm of your hands on your phone. Man, it's just too much to expect one of these guys not to do this. Now, just because that's the truth don't mean if you do it, you don't get jammed up. There's a lot of things in the world where, it would be easy to do. It'd be easy to be a drug dealer, right? That don't mean you do that shit because you know the results. You know the consequences. And it just seems like Sorsby is not going to have to play the consequences for fudging the game, man. For everybody else to gamble that don't got nothing to do with the game, for all of them to gamble, the game's got to be clean. When you're a participant in the game, that's your gamble, bro. You don't have to gamble on top of it. You're screwing up the game. You're screwing up the reality of it, right? The security of it. That this is fair. And so for me to put my money on, right? So will this have a long-term effect? It really will if they let this Sorsby get away with this. And I got a feeling it ain't going to happen, man. The way everybody, is thinking it's going to happen. Because they're thinking they're going to let this kid play. But hopefully, the powers that be, it doesn't have to be, the powers that be are the ones that let them play, a certain powers that be, right? The court system is letting them play. But the NCAA does not have to let him play. Even the team that he's on right now, Texas Tech, is crazy to me. And let's get deep into it and see a little bit more reasons that Texas Tech is crazy for this.
Brennan Sorsby might have just broke college football. Ever since Brennan Sorsby regained his eligibility, athletic departments all over the country are saying we are not playing Texas Tech in any sport. It all started with Nebraska's AD Troy Danan. He was the first one to say he refuses to play Texas Tech in any sport, and he wanted the rest of the Big Ten schools to follow him. And so far, the Big Ten has come together and said, you know what, that's not a bad idea. They plan to come together and actually discuss not playing Texas Tech in any sport for the foreseeable future. But it gets even worse for Texas Tech because the 15 other schools in the Big 12 have come together and said they are trying to devise a plan where they do not play Texas Tech at all this season. And this is not just an ACC or Big 12 thing. The SEC is discussing the same thing too. Georgia's AD Josh Brook went on David Pollack's show and said he also refuses to schedule Texas Tech in any sport. And I feel like we're kind of at this point where if one school says in the conference, everybody's silently going to just come together and be like, yeah, none of us are playing Texas Tech in any sport. Texas Tech is...
And that's the illest word in this whole conversation he's having here. Any sport, man. That's the key, right? Any sport. Because I kept thinking, man, is this going to blend over to other sports? If teams don't like this and don't want to play them in football, will it blend over to the other sports? And yes, because it is an athletic program problem. Whoever is the athletic director at Texas Tech should not be letting this happen. He should not be able to get a job in college football. Even though it's not a job, but it is a job. If you play sports for a school, you represent the school. Whenever you play sports and you put somebody's name on your jersey, no matter if it's Little League football, you represent that. They're going to say Garfield Gator, no matter what level you're on, you're going to be tagged to that because that's what you do. So yeah, Texas Tech, you got to be smarter than this. I can't see why Texas Tech, and I'm looking for stories where, okay, Texas Tech is backing out of that guy. It's got to come out by Tuesday. That there's no way they can let this guy play football, quarterback, especially for you. You might have been able to hide him at a different position, but a quarterback? What are you thinking? You're going to ruin your whole athletic program. Maybe the smaller schools will play you, but even if they have any type of, thoughts about it, then they could be like, or any type of, any type of problem with it, then what do you do if nobody will play you in any sport? That's kind of crazy right there. It's a lot of money you'd be losing, and a lot of kids that play for you, you'd be ruining their life, right? So there's no way Sorsby makes it past Tuesday, man. I can't believe that. Or even this week at all. There's no way. But let's look at a different opinion on Sorsby here, and let me see how y'all feel about this.
a gambling quarterback who's going to be is now going to be able to play and make money is probably as crazy as a college football story gets.
You can't fucking turn right or left at any sporting event, watching sporting events, even driving anywhere without seeing an app to bet, live bet. If he's just betting on his team to win, I have no issue with that. This is just the society now. This is just sports now. Like,
Bert, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, you love it.
I love it.
You don't.
I love it. Hey, my favorite part of this whole thing is these old blue blood college talking nerds screaming that college football's lost its soul. And for all you people that are crying that he got away with it, he didn't get away with anything. He's still suspended for the first 2 games. I get that it's Washington State and Abilene Christian Academy or whatever the fuck it's called.
Get the hell out of here with that. He wins 2 games, ain't shit. And you just get to move on after betting $90,000 worth of money on maybe a game that you were in, and you're saying you got an addiction, and I'm be getting into rehab. Well, go do rehab first, bro, and fix the rest of your life. You got an addiction. You just trying to start quarterback for. You think you got time to deal with that? You got some type of gambling addiction, and the way they let you just get away with it, you're gonna do it again. And the potential of you doing it again is the thing. It doesn't matter if you say you're not gonna do it. People don't care. You're guilty as charged. If you're guilty as, somebody that steals, you think I'm gonna let you in my house? And you stole a lot too. For a long time. And it ain't like you came out in a minute and said, you know what, I'm a changed person, I had this problem. Nah, they had to catch you and they suspended you and you took them to court. And what's up with these courts, man? And who's this guy talking about either these old blue blood, blah, blah, blah. Let's listen to Kirk Herbstreit, man. Kirk Herbstreit had something to say about it. He said here in an article, this is Kirk Herbstreit, it's sickening that if you don't hear what you like, you can just go to your local judge and find an answer that what you want, he said. I just don't know where this ends. If this is where we are right now, pretty much you can do whatever the hell you want to do in this sport. And if anybody says anything, just find a local judge to tell you the answer you want to get. So yeah, like I said, these players are suing the NCAA. That's the only reason they're getting back in. This ain't being allowed by the NCAA. But at the same time, you also have to take a team has to bite though. And this team just can't do this. This school just can't do this. Pittsburgh Big Dog in the chat says another corrupt, greedy judge. He should be banned. And man, I ain't even really think about that. That ain't like me even not to think of the conspiracy behind it, bruh. No doubt. Because for him to be betting $90,000 over the years, where's he getting that money from too? Maybe somebody's force feeding him to it, making him do it. And they can't even slap on the wrist, right? Pittsburgh Big Dog also says should be banned for life. Yeah, man, move on with your career. Go be in the UFL, man. That's what I would do. They thirsty for quarterbacks if you're really good. But this dude is Texas Tech. Is he even worth it? That's the crazy part. Who is this dude? I can see if he was the man. It was Cam Newton-like. If he was even Manning's son, who ain't Cam Newton-like. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. If you even had a number 1 draft pick prospect type of guy, we would get it, Texas Tech. Maybe teams still wouldn't play you, but we could get why you were trying so hard. But this Sorsby kid, it don't matter what position you play. You bet on the game, man. People don't like that about a quarterback where we all know they control the game. You get the ball in your hand every play. Ain't that what we always say? You're going to get at the gambler, do that. But it makes sense. The Raiders, right? Texas Tech Raiders. Raiders is the boys with the cowboy hats, the saloon dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. They gambled. And they got into fights and they went right back in the bar and, you know what I'm saying, start gambling again. So they wiping their hands with the dude they just shot out in the front in the shootout. They back in the saloon, man. Get their drink on, get their gamble on, man. So Texas Tech ain't going, you know, that time has passed. Unfortunately. That time has passed for y'all, and you know, can't do it. No way Sorsby makes it through the week, man. All right, another little thing I want to show y'all, man. Let's talk about this before we get into, Myles Garrett, man. Damn, man, Myles Garrett. Trying to go win a Super Bowl, you know, you want to do what's best for your career, you know, but damn, it's about to fuck up his money. Look at this, man. And I thought about it too, man. You go out there and we heard about it a lot, how Sam Darnold played for free in the Super Bowl because it was in LA. Super Bowl's out there. Is it out there again this year? Yeah, right? The Rams got a chance to be the home team. Yeah, it was in California or whatever, the Super Bowl, and Sam Darnold played for free. Myles Garrett looked like he's going to be losing half of his net worth. Well, not net worth, but half of his income, right? Of this big, huge contract he got. Now, if he'd have been in Cleveland, he'd be like a lot more money, but we all know about these California taxes. They'll tear you up. So, yeah, Myles Garrett, even though, you know, if you don't win this Super Bowl, this is a super bust for you, bruh. You're losing a lot of money playing in sunny California. So, you know, it's Super Bowl or bust for Myles Garrett, man. No way around it. Financially and career-wise. You get everything you wanted. You got your money, you whined about that, you got that. You whined about the trade a little bit before that, and then you still got that. So now you on your little super team. Let's see if you can make them better, because you never made the Cleveland Browns better at all. No matter how much money they put in your pockets, no matter how many people you put in the cemetery in front of your front yard, couldn't make it happen, Myles. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm a little Myles Garrett hater. That's okay, though. We'll see what you do. I know he's a baller, but you ain't better than TJ Watt. That's the one that get under my skin. So, you know, we'll see, man. If you're going to lose your money for a good reason or not, maybe you get a copycat ring like the Seahawks got. We'll see, man. You're definitely on a Super Bowl contender for sure, man. The Super Bowl contender, right? We can all say that's the number one power ranked team off the rip. Something else I wanted to show y'all, man. Romeo Doubs, man, signs his contract, gets with the Patriots. Good for him. But, man, look at that number. Number 87. The Patriots gave him Gronk's number? Come on, man. Disrespectful a little bit. Pittsburgh Big Dog says, come on, fam. Myles is generational. Hey, still ain't better than TJ Watt. What that got to do? So they both generational. They're both generational. Levels above Watt. No, not at all. Not when it comes to impact, my man. You go get that Super Bowl, I give it to you. Watt could have had the same sack record. They cheated him. You know that, Pittsburgh Big Dog. They cheated him. He had that a long time ago. On a good team. On a team that made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that. And it better, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. And he makes plays everywhere. Interceptions. Dogging him. Tackles. Dogging him. Forced fumbles. Don't even talk about that. Dog walking him. He's dog walking Myles Garrett and Michael Parsons at the same time. With forced fumbles. So no, Myles Garrett is not better than TJ Watt. Except for last year. That was it. And he had to cheat. Joe Burrow had to give him the fucking record. If Joe Burrow is in that goddamn graveyard, he need to kindly take Joe Burrow's grave out of there and restore his life in his yard. Because he gift wrapped you that shit. While TJ Watt got cheated, my man. He got cheated. Shout out to Myles Garrett for losing some money this year, man. You the man, man. On your super team, I hope it's worth it. Garrett got better stats than Watt in playoffs, and that's about it. And that's about it. And that's about it. That's cool. That's cool. Even though they be blocking TJ Watt with 3 people, and we blocked Myles Garrett with a first-year starting tackle, Dylan Cook, all game. Didn't give up a sack. We lost, unfortunately, but it wasn't because of Myles Garrett. He didn't do that. He didn't do too much. He didn't change no game nowhere. They played good defense, but they also got a rookie of the year at middle linebacker and a Devin Bush that played great, and a cornerstone cornerback. That defense ain't weak, and a first-round pick on the D-line. That defense ain't weak without Myles Garrett. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But back to Romeo Doubs, man. Come on. Gronk's number? I'm not mad at him for getting it, but that's a big guy's number now, ain't it? Pittsburgh Big Dog, you got to take off them black and gold glasses. Nah, man, put Watt on the market and be lucky to get a second-round pick. True, at this point, I give you that. I give you that. Don't mean Myles Garrett's better than him. I mean, maybe his career is going to last longer. He's built a little better to last longer. He's a bigger, probably stronger dude than TJ Watt. I give you that. And the Watts do break down. So, some guys going to play longer than others. Big Ben can't play as long as Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and all that. And he don't keep his body in shape like that. So, don't mean that Big Ben ain't a generational talent or better than Aaron Rodgers for real, for real. I think Big Ben's better than Aaron Rodgers, for sure. For sure. We're talking about, Romeo Doubs, man. What you gonna do with that number, man, Romeo? That's big shoes to fill. I'm surprised. What's the disrespect for? Maybe because he went to go play with Tampa Bay, huh? Maybe so. All right, let's listen up to a story about Jalen Brunson. I think is pretty cool. I keep flipping back to the Knicks, man. Shout out to the Knicks for winning it all, man. Crazy as hell. But I used to be a big card trader back in the day. Not trader, but collector, I should say. I wish I would have collected other cards because I was all into the NFL cards and they ain't worth shit, man. Baseball was always where it was at. Then the NBA came up pretty much next. And football was always third in line. For whatever reason, I don't know. I never understood that. I guess from the era of when collecting cards was great, baseball was it. But I doubt if baseball cards is on top now. They definitely ain't. I think it's still probably basketball. But let's see.
This has got to be one of the worst bag fumbles I have ever seen. Because someone sold this one-of-one Jalen Brunson card 7 years ago. Guess what it's worth now? So this right here is a one-of-one 2018-2019 Panini Prism Choice Nebula. And it's a PSA 9. It's the only one on the entire planet. And in 2019, some random dude had this card sitting on a forum and was just like, this guy's a rookie. He's averaging 9, 2, and 3. I guess $300 sounds pretty good, right? Fast forward to 2024, Jalen Brunson turns out to be a pretty damn good player. And that same exact card sells for $96,700 at an auction. That is a 32,000% increase on this one card. But wait, it gets so much worse. Because if you don't live under a rock, the Knicks just made their first NBA Finals since 1999, and they're up 3-1 right now. Brunson and the Knicks swept the Cavs. He took home the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He was averaging 27 points a game in the playoffs. His card market is up 80% year over year. And right now, before the Knicks even win the NBA Finals, if they do, this card is valued somewhere between $140,000 and $250,000. And if the Knicks win, this card will be valued somewhere around $300,000.
Hey, yo, is this crazy or what, dog? And my man sold that joint a long time ago for a couple bucks. What was the total a while ago?
One-of-one 2018-2019 Panini Prism Choice Nebula. And it's a PSA 9. It's the only one on the entire planet. And in 2019, some random dude had this card sitting on a forum and was just like, this guy's a rookie. He's averaging $300,
right? $300. That's what I thought. And the card's worth $300,000 now, dog. $300,000. And it's already been sold for some hundreds of thousands already, so it could go one day. But the longer you hold on to it, the more the value's even going to go up. And this was just, my man predicted this before they even won it. And Brunson definitely went and got that MVP. So, yeah, man, that card's going up, man. The way New York's acting, hey, sell fast. What would you do? You sell that fast or you hold on to it, man? Depends on who you are, right? 300. He got the be the dumbest card collector. Yeah, man, you don't get no 1-on-1 away. I don't give a fuck who that motherfucker is, man. Pittsburgh Big Dog, you are right on that shit, man. You got to be the dumbest. You got a 1-on-1, and you knew it was worth something though. $300 ain't crap. Maybe he needed it though, man. When somebody say looking for some money, they hurting, man. They had to pay some bills, dog. You know what I'm saying? Some taxes or something. So unfortunate. Because that's a lot of money, baby. That's a lot of money. All right, man. I got another Stiller question for y'all, man. We done drafted Drew Aller, man. And I know, because it's OTA. So let's talk about some young Stillers. Drew Aller, man. I don't know, man. What we thinking, man? Anybody impressed yet? Anybody seen anything to make them say ooh or ah? Or would you rather the Stillers still had another draft pick, could have picked something else? Did anything change your mind yet? I don't know, man. Maybe guys
I ain't never feel
like Anthony Richardson or something like that could have helped us out. Let's see what some people got to say about Anthony Richardson, because he's still floating around in their first round draft pick. Let's see what they got to say.
I ain't never feel like he was a franchise quarterback, Anthony Richardson. You mentioned all the injuries he got. You know why he got all them injuries? Because he think he a damn running back. Because he always get 1,000 yards rushing, don't he? So you always gonna have a goddamn back injury, a hip injury, a shoulder injury. You famously known for subbing yourself out the game for being tired. Like, that's just not franchise quarterback energy.
I want to see him get another opportunity outside of Indianapolis. I think that's so beneficial for some of these quarterbacks to have a change of scenery. Sam Darnold is a perfect example of that. He struggled in New York, had a couple different stops along the way, but now he goes and wins a Super Bowl with Seattle. I'm not saying Anthony Richardson is going to do quite that, but he's still only 23 years old. The Colts drafted him because of the potential that they saw. His ceiling is off the charts. He can make all the...
Now, that's why I'm comparing these two guys, because words like potential, Drew Aller's a potential guy, right? Drafted off of potential, what we think he could do, because, Penn State wasn't impressive, Just like Anthony Richardson, the Florida thing wasn't really impressive, but you've seen a lot of things like a big arm, and he's very mobile, but, like you said in the video, mobile don't get you nowhere, though. Mobile don't get you nowhere. So, in a way, Drew Aller, man, not being very mobile, man, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe he'll stick it here in the pocket, and maybe he can win us some games here for the Steelers, man. I don't know. I'm just maybe being optimistic because now he's on the team, and he's, we got to do what we got to do. But, geez, man, I really run to see how this Drew Aller thing worked out. And that's why, I really didn't want Aaron Rodgers to come back. Even though I do think Aaron Rodgers is still a very decent quarterback. I was ready to move on like a lot of other people were, but I'm just not in denial that Aaron Rodgers can help us this year, for sure. And obviously the Steelers are going for it. Another reason I don't think Alex Smith is getting out of town. But back to Anthony Richardson, man, it's tough to think he's going to get another chance at this point, man. And, if you ain't heard about it yet, it's going to take somebody to get hurt. A lot of people to get hurt for Anthony Richardson to come back. It's hard to come back from, not quitting on your team, but, as a quarterback, you calling to get out of the game. That's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy. A lot of people stay away from, you'd be surprised at small things like that that'll make people say, and then you see teams like, you see guys like, that might stay in the league for 10, 12 years and been a backup his whole career. Some tight end that been a backup his whole career. Some quarterback that been backup his whole career. And it's because they don't do certain things. They don't rub people the wrong way. They rub people the right way, actually. They make you say, I need this guy on my team just because he makes me, I like the guy, right? And he's talented enough to be here. And Anthony Richardson is definitely talented enough to be in the NFL, but it's the small things that he's done to make it tough for him, because he should be on a roster with the talent that he has, like Drew Aller is, right? He should be on a roster. He should be a draft pick. That's what they felt about Drew Aller. We knew he should have been a pick, but a round 3 draft pick. Some people said get him in the first round, Pittsburgh. Hey, I'm glad they didn't do that. But still, sometimes the talent thing works out. Josh Allen is an example of it. Even though he was at Wyoming, he's an example that, just take the talent. usually in college, we're used to seeing what Cam Newton did in college. If you got, and Tebow's, people like that did in college. You got the talent, you should win. The guys in college that show a lot of talent, like, the Anthony Richardsons and the Texas A&M, what's his name? Johnny Manziel and all that like that. They don't be panning out all the time. So it's real risky. Real risky. Pittsburgh Big Dog says black QBs don't get the benefit of the doubt. Oh man, shit. When they don't come out of Hall of Fame ready. Even Lamar Hurts get extra heat despite MVPs in a championship ring. Yeah, they definitely catching all the heat, man. That never went away. That never went away. And it still hasn't. Even though we got a lot more black quarterbacks, they can't deny us at this point. They definitely deny you where they can, right? Where they can afford to deny you. And that's that backup quarterback. So we see that a lot, which is true about Pittsburgh Big Dog, for sure. And, Lamar and Hurts, definitely they be getting hated on a little bit. Definitely getting hated on. But I think I'm going to be hating on Lamar this year at the end of the day, too. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty to hate on. All right, let's check out the hockey game, man. I don't know, run in my mouth. And I don't know what's going on. I bet you it's 1-0 still. Any money. It must be going into the third period. All right, let's see. Got found on my own. Man, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Hit the Underground 2525. Support the show. 2-0 Carolina, man. Another closeout game here, maybe. That means the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals will be over if Carolina can hold it down, man. I know we got some Carolina people that be on the Underground, man. I know they tuned in right now, big time. Might have to get them a call in a little bit, for real. But we shall see what's up with that. Pirates lost today too, man. Pirates 36-36, man. Anyway, the Pirates is making the playoffs, man. That bullpen is terrible, man. Skeens ain't playing well. Skeens gives up too early. And the bullpen gives it up at the end. So we got the best of both worlds today, and Pirates negativity. It's been in the bullpen, and Skeens ain't played well, man. Skeens 6-6 record this year. And even, in the 6 wins, it wasn't really that, man. If the bats don't come out for the Pirates, they don't do too well, man. Let's make a call real quick and see what's up. Yeah, I think I'm going to watch this less of the Stanley Cup here. I timed it out pretty perfect, man. Watch the third period of the Stanley Cup and then get focused for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody showing up tonight, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. I'll be back this week or maybe week in review. I don't know. Enough of my stuff might come out. Like I said, I don't think Sorsby is going to make it past the week, man. There's no way you let that dude play college football. Let's see what the Steelers got coming up. When's training camp start? Let's see. July 28th. So we got a while, yeah. A little ahead of it. Still early June, but yeah, about 45 days till they go to camp. So they'll be taking a break here pretty soon. And yeah, people like Mark Madden saying Tomlin's going to be, McCarthy's going to be better than Tomlin already after OTAs is crazy work too, man. So yeah, we out of here, man. I appreciate everybody tonight, man. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe, share the channel. And I'll catch y'all next time, man, on the Underground. We out, baby.
Yeah, it's the Underground. It's the
the underground. It's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground. It's the underground. Yeah, it's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. Move the sticks. First down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done. Yeah. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah. Only God can judge me, but he don't like ugly. Better face it, take it back to the basement. Better count the blessings, yeah, it was him, no question. Yeah, follow the rules, that's the commandments. Better take advantage, you slipping like Samson, messing with Delilah, drop you in that pit with that fire. Yeah, that's not when you wanna retire. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. Heaven on earth, boy, I doubt it. Real OG, I wouldn't doubt it. Carry the sword if you bout it. Spread the word, yeah, be the loudest. Yeah, I'm the man, but God got a plan. Boys in the hood, stuck in quicksand. We can get bent and still repent. Yeah, water in the wine, man, the rules ain't mine. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. Tell you the truth, it ain't in the book. Caught up in the rapture, don't be shook. Hating on your life, it ain't a good look. Hey, see, I tried to tell you to let me cook. Yeah, I heard it from my OG, act like you know me. See the bush burning, tell all the homies. Say read the Bible, but it ain't OG. Snakes be hissing, watch the competition. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah.